We cannot run a deficit. We must be balanced.
Now at 6, what's different in the mayor's revised budget for the city of San Diego?
As a lifelong Chula Vistan, this is incredibly exciting.
This long-awaited resort opens in Chula Vista today.
Don't mess with it. A lot of people get bit messing with them.
Yeah, no, don't do that. An expert dispels myths about rattlesnakes.
You're watching CBS 8 Mornings at 6.
That may have made you jump out of bed.
Right? That's
this morning.
sound
seeing that. Thanks for joining us at 6 a.m. Glad you're awake now. I'm Eric Connor.
And I'm Netta Irompo. Yeah, it was just on the TV. Let's hope. But yeah, as things warm up, of course, spring into summer, that's when the rattlesnakes start to come.
That's right. They start coming around, spending more time outside on the trail.
That's right.
It's all around. So, hey, across San Diego County, we're going to be looking at a cloudy start to the morning. That's what we have out by the coast and inland. And then as we get toward about mid-morning or so, we'll start to transition toward more and more of that sunshine. We even, a few hours ago, saw a few sprinkles out there right along the immediate coast, Imperial Beach, Coronado area. Forecast highs are going to take us to the upper 60s and low 70s out there, mid 70s across a lot of our inland valleys. And while, again, it is cloudy for now, we should get plenty of afternoon sunshine. Temperatures in the 40s and 50s right now. Coming up, we'll talk about the cooler temperatures, the cloudier skies, and the chance for rain we'll be talking about by this weekend. Back to you.
Evan, thank you very much. And now, excuse me, this morning we are learning Mayor Todd Gloria made significant changes to his final proposed city budget for this upcoming fiscal year.
And it comes as the city is facing a projected $258 million deficit. CBS 8's Regina Yarita live downtown to explain what's being restored here. Regina.
Yeah, hey, good morning, Eric and Netta. That's right. And yesterday, Mayor Todd Gloria did revise at least that final draft. He presented it yesterday, and it came with some changes. And because of the feedback that he received, it seems like there was a shift. Take a listen to what he said about it.
Wall and I heard the concerns raised by Council President Joe LaCava and members of the City Council, as well as members of the community. And working together with our Department of Finance, we have been able to find a solution that will keep this division operating more or less as it does today.
And so the mayor's revised spending plan restores over $773,000 of the $1.7 million previously cut from police patrols in the northern area of the city. Under the updated budget, patrol officers will continue operating from the Northwestern Division, but they will now report to a lieutenant rather than a captain as part of a restructuring of staffing. The revised budget also reinstates 2 vice detective positions that had been eliminated in the earlier draft, and it restores a community resource officer, and it also has cross-staffing for the bomb squad. The preliminary draft of the budget, which was released in April, received pushback from some community members because it calls for potential reductions in library hours, homelessness services, and even the elimination of the city's beach fire pits because of the city's projected $258 million budget deficit. So back out here, that proposed budget will still have to head to another hearing that is taking place on May 19th. But the final revised budget that will be approved should be taking place on June 15th. Eric and Netta, I'll send it back to you for now.
Regina, thank you. Proposed changes to the City of San Diego's accessory dwelling unit regulations are being considered today. This time, the amendments will go before the Land Use and Housing Committee. The current program aims to build more housing, but critics have taken issue, specifically with the bonus ADU program, which allows someone to build several units on one lot. The mayor is proposing changes, including requiring evacuation routes, off-street parking, or charging a community enhancement fee for applicants.
Today, the man accused of throwing his girlfriend off a balcony, killing her, is expected to make his first court appearance. Police say 61-year-old Irene Williams was thrown from her third-floor apartment during a fight with her boyfriend, 57-year-old Albert Turner. It happened Monday night at the San Ysidro Senior Village. Investigators say Williams was throwing some of Turner's belongings from the balcony before he then threw her off the balcony. She later died in the hospital.
Well, the day is finally here. In just a couple of hours, the Gaylord Pacific Resort and Convention Center in Chula Vista will officially open.
Yeah, this is a major milestone in the city's decades-long vision to transform its bayfront into a world-class destination. CBS 8's Chris Groh is there live in Chula Vista. I remember, Chris, it wasn't that long ago when it was, flattened dirt.
Right.
And now look, it's all built.
Yeah, I mean, this took a long time to actually get done. We know that it was something that was started, they was scrapped, it was brought back, there were delays, there was the pandemic, there were, high cost of products that kind of pushed back here in terms of construction. So, look, there have been a lot of roadblocks, but we are finally here. The Gaylord Pacific Resort Hotel finally opened the convention center, the water slides, all of it here. But one of the biggest impact that it's going to have, of course, is on the local economy, something that Chula Vista Mayor John McCann touched on yesterday.
We know they're going to continue to hire. We know that through the job fair, there were over 800 people who were hired. These are great permanent jobs, all the way from entry level to management jobs. We are here to make sure that we have a sustainable, professional, good workforce in the city and the region.
So take a look at this resort, the rooms, the amenities, the water park. This is going to be something that families from across the nation are going to be able to enjoy when they come here to stay in San Diego County, but specifically here in Chula Vista. It's expected the resort to generate about $500 million annually for this local economy. They expect that it will create at least 4,000 permanent jobs when it is all said and done. But there are 1,600 guest rooms. There's a nearly 500,000 square feet function and convention space. And then, of course, that water park. The water slides are just calling the names of screaming teens and children, as well as maybe even parents who are going to be brave enough to go down that thing and create a splash, as, of course, we know that this resort is creating a splash for the local economy, as we pointed out. So this is going to be something for so many people to enjoy starting today here in Chula Vista. Eric and Netta.
All right, Chris,
great.
thank you very much. We'll check back with you throughout the show today. This morning, you are being encouraged to ditch the car and ride a bike to work or to school.
It is Sandag's Bike Anywhere Day, and it aims to alleviate traffic and reduce air pollution. There are more than 100 pit stops across San Diego County where volunteers will be passing out shirts, refreshments, and snacks. Those freebies will be available between 6:30 and 9:30 a.m. So coming up here in just about 23 minutes. If you register with Sandag online, you can enter to win a free e-bike. How about that?
Yeah, those can get you a little bit farther and up those hills, which
Yeah, a little faster,
can be
right?
tough, yeah.
Right.
I know. Like we said yesterday, I just think that the standard bike is, for me.
Right.
Honestly, a
Yeah.
stationary bike is for me.
That works too.
But no, I mean, we always talk about how there are so many different ways to get to where you need to go.
Right.
Walking, biking, public transportation. There are so many ways aside from just driving your car every day. Current temperatures out the door are in the 50s as we head through our 6 o'clock hour. We're expecting these temperatures to jump into the 60s along the coast and the 70s across our inland valleys by the afternoon. It's going to be a very mild, comfortable day out there. Very similar to yesterday. We're taking a little bit longer in terms of the time we need to see those clouds break apart. This time yesterday we already had sunshine, but we're moving at least in that direction very quickly, and it seems like by 7, 8 a.m. we should be seeing at least partial sunshine in the mix. 52 right now in Escondido, a little bit cooler in Ramona at 49. Mount Laguna is at 41, and Borrego Springs at 58. Here's a live look outside. This is from La Jolla, facing the coast. There's the Pacific. You can see the mix of sun and clouds. I say sun and clouds hesitantly because the sun only came up about 10 minutes ago, but we're moving at least in the direction of sun and clouds. Only a little bit of fog out there. Ramona's one of those spots. You can see how we have 3 miles of visibility. Aside from that, though, those clouds are not too low down to the ground. We've been talking about this trough of low pressure swinging in and giving us cooler temperatures, cloudier skies, and a chance for rain. That's all going to happen over the course of the weekend. Saturday seems to be our coolest day at 64 degrees on that afternoon high for our inland valleys, and then we'll see those temperatures climb beyond it Saturday into Sunday. That's the best opportunity for us to see any rain come our way. Those rain chances have been climbing and dropping and climbing and dropping, and now they're at about 20-25% chance. So what's most likely is that from Saturday into Sunday, we'll see about 1/10 of an inch fall, and then we'll be moving in the direction of at least partial sunshine by Sunday afternoon. On Monday, a ridge of high pressure starts to build, and those temperatures will be warmer than they've been pretty much all week long, and that warm up will keep going through Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We'll show you that in our upcoming 7-day forecast. Let's check in on traffic as we head through the 6 o'clock hour here. One crash to take you to. So generally speaking, map is looking great here on Thursday. Zooming into the 94, this is the trouble spot. 94 eastbound at the 15, there's a crash that just popped up. CHP is on scene. It's not causing major backups, but you can see how there's a little bit of yellow there on our eastbound and westbound lanes of the 94. So it's something we'll be checking in on as CHP clears it up. There's a little orange now, so starting to slow there as well. Let's check in on your border wait times. 95-minute wait at the San Ysidro Port of Entry. Otay Mesa Port of Entry is going to take you a little bit longer. It's about 100 minutes today.